Woo! All right, back again. My name is Zeplyn from AMPD, and we are at the DMV famous NuVegan on Georgia Avenue. If you into that healthy food, man, NuVegan's a spot. And I'm here with a very talented brother right now, one of the most talented in the area. He's been doing this thing for a minute. He goes by Thundaman, AKA Ras Nebyu. What's up, brother? We're gonna do the quarantine pound.
Yes,
how you feeling, bro?
good, man. Can't call it.
Man, you killed. I'm doing well, man. You killed your performance. Appreciate it. How did that feel, man? How did it feel?
My first time performing in a while. You know, quarantine, so it felt good to, warm up.
Yeah.
But
What's the biggest difference for you? You feel like when you're doing it, not necessarily in front of a crowd, but just in front of a few homies versus, when you killing it at U Street Music Hall or at the Howard Theater? Like, how do you mentally approach the different performances?
I don't know. Like usually, when it's a crowd, I kind of end up just zoning out and it's like, I don't know. If you up there perform for an hour for like 10 minutes, like I don't know. It's like I'm present, but I'm not really present. Mm-hmm. But I'm very present in the sense of being a part of the energy that's going on. But I don't really experience it from a physical standpoint too much. Does that make sense? You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, it's like I'm there, but I'm not really there. I like kind of black out. Like where here it was like a smaller crowd. I'm very present physically, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. So how's this period been for you, man? As an artist, quarantine and the lockdown, how's that been?
Pretty good. As an artist, definitely good. I've been, it helped me expedite the process of wrapping up the recording of my album. Absolutely. So creatively, I loved it.
It's been dope.
Yeah, man. I don't think I would have been able to make the music that I made without the times being the way it was. Yeah. So yeah, creatively for sure.
I love that. One of the things that I've always thought about, especially during this time period, is artists making sure that mentally, physically, you're staying sane, right? Because that comes out in the art. That's so important. So talk to me a little bit about during this time period, what are some of the things that you did in order to make sure that mentally you were right, physically you were healthy, so that, it doesn't skew how the art might wind up coming out?
Just staying active. I just became a father last year. Yeah, so that pretty much takes up most time, if not all. Okay. So it's pretty easy to kind of stay tunnel vision and focus, just because it's demanding. It's very demanding.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much how I've been.
And you want to be your best self for your child as well.
Yeah, no question. Yeah. I don't even. It's even more than that. Whatever that is, even better than your best self.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, for sure.
That's what's up, man. What'd you order to eat, man? We can kind of, get to some of the food during the conversation. Man, what'd you order?
The vegan mac and cheese and the vegan chicken, the drumstick.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. I think we pretty much a similar thing with some steamed broccoli. I don't know. I asked you yeah. I feel like I basically just jocked your order.
Oh no, that's all good. You got endless broccoli though. I feel bad for that. Well, I got the seaweed actually, so I do got my green going.
So healthy eating. Are you vegan already, or what's the lifestyle like? Okay.
I'm pescatarian.
Okay.
Right, but I did grow up vegan. I want to say probably at least the first 7 to 8 years of my life, I was a vegan. My father's a vegan, so yeah, that's how we grew up. My mother as well, to a point. Now everybody's pretty much pescatarian now, but initially, starting out, I would say the first 7, 8 years of my life, I didn't have no dairy, no nothing. Just yeah.
How do you feel like that's affected your lifestyle? Just kind of being healthy, because I remember you called me when you landed and you were like, hey, my man's want to come to NuVegan, we here now. So clearly, you are about the healthy lifestyle.
Now, no bullshit. Me and my sisters, we grew up in this junk. It used to be a grocery store back in the day, Everlasting Life, then the cafe. We real life, this whole corridor. So, I grew up uptown, Jefferson Street primarily, but then I grew up in a lot of different places, just all over the place. Mount Pleasant, LaJoy Park. So, this area specifically, back when I was growing up, Chocolate City, DC being primarily black, that's like a thing right there, right? And then we was kind of like, the way I grew up was like in a microcosm of that, where we was like in the Afrocentric community, right? So you had so many different denominations of like, I guess for lack of a better term, pro-blackness, right? So you had Asar, Set, the Rastafarian community, just all different types of communities, you feel me? And like places like NuVegan was kind of like, for the most part, everybody had like a healthy living type of lifestyle. So this is one of the places that everybody used to go to. Same thing with Blue Nile. What's Blue Nile this way, that way? Somewhere right here up on the Ave. Back in the day, it used to be this big Sphinx head back there. Like this little corridor right here, like it was like a hub uptown, like in the Afrocentric community. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And that's like the community I grew up in.
Okay. Yeah, I know that's a big part of your background too. Like even in the music, like Washington Slizzards, right? That kind of, and what you all have curated with that. So talk to me a little bit about, you know, kind of the Afrocentric and Ethiopian and how that, you know, community and ties and how that kind of has played into you as an artist.
Yeah, so my dad's from Ethiopia.
Okay.
He immigrated to DC 81, 82. My mom's from Baltimore. She moved here in the mid 80s as well. So like, yeah. So like, you know, I was born and raised here at Howard Hospital. And like, outside of Ethiopia, DC got the highest population of Ethiopians. So that was like within the Venn diagram of me growing up. Then me growing up on my mom's side of things, where within the Afrocentric community, in the African American community, and then both of them just also happen to be like in the Afrocentric community as well. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's kind of like this Venn diagram of these three things. Okay. So that's kind of sums up like how I grew up. You feel me? Like I went to Roots Public Charter School, which is an Afrocentric school, and it's like a network of them. It's a whole bunch of schools in the city. Like you got Watoto up the street, Kima. It's a whole bunch of different schools. Ujama Shule. Like, and for the most part, like we all know each other. I might have like missed a few different schools and stuff like that, but you know, and I guess it just made its way into the music. You feel me? Yeah. So. And
what about even like building the collective and the team around you? Like, is that played a part into that as well?
Well, not so much, cause like the Washington Slizzards, it's like a wide range, and it ain't necessarily just umbrella of just Afrocentricity. It's just, you know what I'm saying, some of it is just how some of us grew up, but it's like, it's not like restricted to that. Like the Washington Slizzards pretty much is just, you know, like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, you know what I'm saying, we just uptown, just getting sliz, like the shit sounded cool. Like it ain't really no like, this is the mission statement, it's just like, it's the Slizzards. Like, yeah, you know, we've been the Slizzards for like since 2011.
Obviously
like,
play off the Wizards.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so like niggas just know it's like, yeah, them Slizzard niggas, like bunch of Ethiopian niggas, bunch of uptown niggas, bunch of Maryland niggas, VA niggas, like Southside, like it just, that's it.
One of the things I know that y'all have been known for was the crazy shows at U Street Music Hall. Yeah, right? The annual concerts, man. Talk to me a little bit about the background and how that kind of came together and then what it's evolved into.
So pretty much Holy Sliz is like our annual holiday party, right? So we doing it, we did like 5 of them. It's like, yeah, we did 5 of them. We skipped a year and then we did the 5th one last year. And pretty much like the idea behind it was like, so I think 2013, 2014 is kind of like when I started, like my name kind of started to bubble up in the scene, in the area and shit. And I was doing shows and I was getting shows, but like all the shows I was getting booked and I was going on before people even got there. So I started getting tired of that shit, because I'm not, people is not really saying it. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm not about to even complain about it. We just about to do our own show. And like also one thing I noticed was them shows, I think back then the scene was real early, right? So outside of like,
you mean the hip hop scene?
Yeah,
right.
In the city, absolutely. In the area, right?
Mainly still just go at the time period.
Well, even a little bit after that. I'm talking about like 2012, 13, 14. A lot of shit just still kind of like developing, right? So it's like, I think because I wasn't a quote unquote street rapper, I think I was automatically lumped in with like just backpack shit or just not street shit. So a lot of the shows that I was like getting booked and thrown on, I didn't feel like I was like maximizing a crowd. It was, you know what I'm saying? That it would always be like, okay, I can't do every song, or I'd have to only do this type of song for this one and then this. So I just wanted to like, because I feel like we, like me, like musically and just like my friends, my social surrounding is just influenced by so many different things, right? To where only we could put a show together where we can maximize like what it is we do from a standpoint of just crowd interaction, if that makes sense. So that's how our Holy Slits came about. So we were just like, all right, man, let's just book an out-of-town artist and then book a local act, and then we just sandwich it, and you know, we perform in between them, and we just do that shit every year.
What's been your favorite Slizzard show so far, man? Or the Holy Sliz, what's been the
favorite one? It's probably a tie between, well, the first one is always gonna be my favorite because it was just like, damn, we did this shit. So I'm not, it's hard to pick. They like my kids, but you're gonna like some of your kids more than the other kids on the low, which you just not gonna say it. So like my favorite one was probably like the third one with Ari Lennox and who else we have on? Ari Lennox, Justin Rose, rapper from New York, my man. Who else? Light Show popped out. Wale popped out. He didn't get on the stage, but we was backstage kicking it. He showed love. That shit was tight. So that was like, energy-wise, that was probably like one of our favorite ones. And that was like right before Ari was like, I think the Folk was already out, but the album ain't come out just yet.
Okay, gotcha.
So,
before, like, Shea Butter,
but shit was still popping though. She still had the city on lock. Like, yeah. So that was tight. And then the one last year we had with Mariba and CCB.
Okay.
So that was tight. So it's tied between them two, because them was my favorite ones.
Nah, I like that, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I like that a lot. I think you all have been really innovative when it talks about building a collective in this area, and have built a model that one can absolutely follow. I've been on a couple Clubhouse conversations with you too, man. I wanted, it is.
Hey, bro, infrastructure.
I could just imagine people just be like yelling at the phone. Infrastructure. That's it. That's like been the buzzword for DMV, all Clubhouse, infrastructure.
See, cause Atlanta.
Right.
Damn, bro, is that easy?
Facts. I wanted to know from you, coming from this area, being an artist in the DMV, what's that journey been like, man? And what are some of the things that you feel like you've kind of, I'll say learned along the way, that you feel like it's kind of helped sustain you? Because it's not an easy journey. So what are some of the things that you feel like you've learned now that you didn't necessarily know in the beginning, that you feel like it's helped grow you and your team?
That the world is much bigger than DC. And a lot of times, like, we get trapped in that, like, because I know me, like, I just said DC just now, but sometimes, like, I be trapped just uptown. You feel me? And I think all of us, wherever we're from in the area, like, we all sometimes get trapped in that mindset where it's just like that local ceiling kind of thing. And like, we might miscalculate like how much more we have to do to like really get it to a point where we're not on Clubhouse complaining about why DC ain't like Atlanta yet. You know what I'm saying? So like, for me, it took me to like, I had to leave. You know what I'm saying? I had to like, I got 2015, I was able to open up for Wizkid in West Africa. So seeing that, I was just like, man, the world is so much bigger than what we.
To West Africa.
Yeah, to West Africa, opening up for Wizkid 2015.
What
Yeah,
was that like?
in Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, Abidjan.
That is amazing. What was that experience like?
That was fire. That was fire. But that shit opened my eyes, because it's like, bro, like, the world's so much bigger than home. You feel me? So like, you gotta like represent it, but you don't get too caught up in trying to like be the, you know, the only sheriff in town. What, like, you know what I'm trying to say, right?
Absolutely.
So yeah, but yeah. So when I left, like, I lived like last 2 years, I lived in Georgia, Texas, and I'm like, man, it's a really big world out here, and I think that really helped me like make better music.
Yeah.
And I think once the more and more we start realizing it, and I think we are, because more people are making moves. Like all my rap friends is out of town, like just making moves. So it's like, you know, it's a direct result of shit just getting better. And also I think I realized too, like, this shit like real early. Like I think we automatically assume we like in the golden era of what DC rap is. I feel like we still in the Rakim, Big Daddy Kane era. You feel me? Like I don't think the Nas's and the Jay-Z's have pulled up just yet. You feel me? And shit is this good at this point. So I feel like it's just only going to turn up. You know what I'm saying? If we just, you know what I'm saying, just kind of have discipline and have self-control and don't like let no outsiders like hoe us out and just play us against each other and divide and conquer and shit like that. Cause like you know, this a black sport. This rap shit, this music shit, this a black sport. So with black kids and black people in DC and the DC area and shit, we gotta really, you know what I'm saying? Cause you see outside, this shit is gentrified. You know what I'm saying? And it's cool, like whatever. But you know, we just gotta do more of this. And you know what I'm saying? And that's for the music, and that's just for just life and the city in general.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the music, man. I mean, let's talk about the progression and where you're at right now. Okay. Right? Like what is the 2021 Thundaman, mentally the mindset? But you know what, before we even get to that, let's talk about the name change.
Okay.
Where did that come from? Why? I know Thundaman's always kind of been like an alias or a part, but why like why the official name change?
So, my bad. I changed from Ras Nebyu to Thundaman because it's just easier. You feel me? Like it's just easier, bro. Like, and I feel like it's just easier, bro. Like niggas be saying my name and damn it probably don't even be one to say it. They don't want to butcher it, or they just be looking at it and be like, you know, DCPS. They like, man, I ain't even trying to sound that shit out. So it's just like, it just wasn't for Brandon, and I think it boxed me in. Okay. To where like, I think people just thought it was just only an Ethiopian community thing. And I think that even might have kind of misled some people within the Abisha community to think that when they hear it, they're like, oh, this nigga is on some super rap shit. Like, this ain't no back home, but ding. You know what I'm saying? So, and I felt like it said too much before you got into it. Like, okay, is he Ethiopian? Is he a rapper? Is he a reggae artist? Is he Jamaican? It said too much. With Thundaman, is like, you got to listen to it to figure out. You got to click it, stream it, play it, whatever, to figure out what it is. You know what I'm saying? With Ras Nebyu, I felt like it just said too much before you got to the actual art. And I think in a lot of ways, respectfully, I think the scenes, not the scene, but just in general, I think niggas kind of had me fucked up and might have skipped out or missed out on like a lot of good music and a lot of good messages.
Solely because of your name.
Not even solely because of my name, we're just feeling like because of the name, all right, that's some other shit. That's some alternative shit, but it's just like, all right, like, this some uptown shit. I just happen to be half Ethiopian, but like, my whole thing is like, the black diaspora, the African diaspora, all this shit is like this. Absolutely. That's what I'm on. You feel me? So I feel like Thundaman just say, it don't lean me too much to either side. Okay. You get what I'm trying to say? Well, Ras Nebyu kind of lean me a little bit too much to the Ethiopian side. Not saying that's a bad thing, because I'm very proud of my heritage. And anybody that know me know that, right? It wasn't no joning on me back in the day, because I'm going to cook you. Like, if you joan on my shoes, that's one thing. If you joan on me on some 7-Eleven shit, I'm going to give you a 350, because I feel like that's a cheat code. Okay. So I'm going to really cook you. I swear, right here, Georgia and Euclid, I went to Banneker for high school. Everybody know that corner. Don't play with Nev on that corner. Okay. Georgia and Euclid at the school? Yeah. I swear. I used to cook niggas. I can't join no more though, so don't nobody cook me in the comments. What happened? I don't know. Yeah, just got older. Yeah, I just cannot join no more. I can't think as fast. But back in the day, I used to cook niggas, bro. Really? No bullshit. If a nigga try to feed the children anything, I'm gonna give him 775.
2 a.m. BET commercials.
It's, bro, I'm trying to Nick, like them Jones didn't work no more. Bro, stamp. All African kids in Banneker it was like Ali Boombaye. Yeah. Like, ain't no more joning on us no more, cuz. Like, it was like that. No gas, bro. No bullshit. So I'm proud. I'm saying that to say I'm very proud. Right. But I just don't, with the name thing, I just don't want it to lean too much on one side. And people, you know what I'm saying, and we missed the message, because this shit is, you know what I'm saying, Thundaman, this shit for everybody. And also Thundaman is a translation of my actual name and Amharic, which is Mabrak Ngodbad, and that means lightning and thunder, and that's my actual first name.
Sure.
So Thundaman is just like I make music. Thunder is sound, natural, powerful, come from God. My music, I'll be trying to make it come from God. So yeah.
Now, is there a difference in the way that you approach the tracks? Is it on some, Beyonce, Sasha Fierce, where you're approaching the tracks differently now because of the name change, or you know what I'm saying? Or not like that. I know you're not about to be, doing just like, you know what I'm saying? But like,
I'm just dying because I was trying to act like I was trying not to laugh at it.
Yeah, but do you approach the tracks differently, or was it like a mental shift that okay.
This is just
like, I ain't gonna lie though. I'll say yeah. Let's play it up like that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's play it up like that.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and the reason why I say that is because it's just like let people think that, but it's just it's the same. I've always been a Thunderman. I'm just trying to crank harder, and I think the reason why I feel like it's coming off a little bit more clear is because I feel like I've been away from home for a while, so I feel like in that time away, I feel like what I was trying to convey kind of cut through more, because it's like I feel like I'm talking for home and to home, away from home. So it's like I don't know how to describe it, but I feel like it made it better as opposed to me just sitting in the middle of it. You know what I'm trying to say?
Kind of break it down for me another way.
All right, so what I mean is like, I think the time I spent away from home made my music better because it was easier to just focus on the music. You know what I'm saying? I'm not home with everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that makes sense.
Yeah. All the other distractions and just things that you were kind of tied to, whatever may have you. Nah, that isolation period is dope, and you find a lot of classic music have come from that.
Not even isolation as much as like it just, like we had our daughter, so it's like I only had time for her, and whatever leftover time is music. So it's like when that leftover time comes, the intensity or just the energy or just the appreciation that I put into that leftover time to do the music, I feel like I got more out of myself because I appreciated it more, as opposed to just being in DC, like I'm a DC artist in DC and DC rapping about DC. Like, you get what I'm trying to say?
I do. I mean,
yeah.
I know you're saying it's not isolation, but really I'm more so looking at it like when you separate yourself from specific things and you're only forced to focus on the main things that matter, then you're gonna see a shift in the change in whether that's your business or whether that's your art. And it's kind of like everything else that's bullshit to a certain degree no longer matters. Exactly. And it's just those sort of things, right? So it's kind of like this one, mindset. And so, that focus does make sense. So sonically, what can we expect to hear from you now coming, with this new music? I know you're getting ready to drop a project sometime within this year, earlier rather than later. So, what's the mindset you're in? What can the people expect to hear from you in this new season of your life?
Just more concise crank, straight to the point. Like, I'm not wrapping niggas up like that. I'm just getting right to it, like just cranking. Like, I'm not even trying to hear no like slow beats like that right now. I'm just trying to crank. For real. Not saying slow beats don't crank, but I just crank.
Is there anything contextually? Is there anything like going on in your life specifically that why you give me that face? You know what I'm saying? Like, is there anything like specifically that you feel like has been on your mind or in your music that we're finding more than other things? Has it been about the new child? Has it been about the move, the family, like things you've learned during quarantine, or is it, what I'm saying, like those sort of things? Like,
just life, like whatever, just life, like my perspective on life. Yeah, like that's what my music always been. I think now maybe I think I might have a stronger perspective now that I can experience life through the eyes of my daughter as a dad. So definitely like much stronger, like much more intentional, right? And just like much more like confident, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I know what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not to say that I didn't know before, but it's like I don't know, it's like I don't give a fuck. I'm about to tee up, like, yeah.
I'm with that. Well, I know we got this soon. We're gonna get back to finishing this up, so I don't want to wrap you up too much longer. But we just hit 2021. What are the goals, man? Have you thought about, you know, what are the goals for the year that you want to make sure you accomplish?
Yeah, just
Drop the album, drop the Thundaman album. That's it. Drop that, yeah, and then like musically, right?
Yeah,
Musically,
just in general. I mean, you personally. I mean, music is a part of you.
yeah. And just, you know,
just turning up, just life in general. You know, as an artist, as a dad, a brother, a son, cousin, whatever, friend, just turning up, like, yeah, just turning up. And definitely like Slizzer merch, we gonna go like super crazy this year. Like, this is gonna be like our first official year. Like, we've been putting out clothes before, but it was really just beta. Kind of on some like, I wasn't really pressed for everybody to just have it, you know what I'm saying, just yet. But like now we just really, we going full blown, you know, had the merch popping off, so.
Well, I appreciate you sitting down with me, man, and rapping with me and stopping by and showing love.
you ain't touch no broccoli.
You know, no. I mean, they gave me a lot of it though, bro.
On the camera. I'm eating. Y'all see me eating.
I'm asking you the question.
Yeah, I'm answering.
No, I feel you, man. Listen, man, I might be, I got you, bro. Let everybody know where they can find you at, man. They can get all the music. See, now you got to hold on because you got the food all in your mouth, see?
Thundaman 202 on everything. Thundaman 202. You can still type in Ras Nebyu, Thundaman 202 gonna pop up. Thundaman with an A and not an ER. We do A's and not ERs, okay?
I feel like that was for a specific group of people. All right, man. That's it. I feel like that was for a specific group of people.
Oh, murder.
All right, man. Thunder, man. That's a wrap. My man.
Yes, sir.